question a lot of people ask. Why did also bit pork?
부처스테이츠와의 교가 레즈 치타도 유효 단차.
Yep, that's the simple answer. But the real story is much deeper. It runs through scripture, desert survival, and even animal biology. Let's start with what the current actually says. It forbids swim directly, and it places pork right next to carrion, blood, and animals offered to other gods. Exactly. Chapter 6, verse 145, even calls swine impure. And it allows one exception. If someone is starving, with no other choice, Allah is forgiving. Yep, that's the heart of it. Religion comes first. Everything else is background. Great question. Look at the world where the rule appeared. Ancient Arabia. Deserts, oases, trade routes, and long caravan journeys. People herded camels, sheep, and goats. Right? Animals that survive on rough plants. Sheep gave meat, milk, hides, and wool. Goats gave the same, plus up survival skills. And camels gave transport across the desert itself. Pigs gave mostly meat. That's the ecological aha moment. Pretty much. Pigs are amazing animals. But they're not built to be nomads. They need water, shade, and cool surfaces. They can't sweat well, so they overheat fast. And they can't live on grass alone. Exactly. A goat can turn a desert shrub into milk. A pig will turn your precious grain into meat. In a fragile food economy, that difference is huge. Yep. In the desert, pigs were a luxury you couldn't afford. Science can explain why avoiding pork made practical sense. Basically, pigs suffer in the heat. Without water or mud to cool off in, they really struggle. And undercooked pork can carry parasites. Trichinella, for example. Right? Without refrigeration or inspection. That was a real risk. Exactly. The Quran isn't a biology textbook. The religious reason is obedience to Allah. The science just helps us see why the rule fits so well. Good catch. That's the twist. Pigs were actually raised in some ancient villages. By around 5000 BC, they were a real food source, especially where there was water, leftovers, and forest food. Right? Here's the better way to put it. In Arabia's desert pastoral world, pork was awkward. Awkward to raise, expensive to feed, and marked as impure. Yep, exactly. The rule created a daily act of faith. And in the ancient desert, it also drew a clear line. Away from a food source that was risky and inefficient. Here's the thing. Sometimes a food taboo isn't just about food. It's a survival map, a community marker, and a sacred command. All at once. Thanks for watching.